Hi. Today I'm going to show you a cool little sequence from the Tannhäuser Overture by Wagner. The piano needs tuning, so today it's going to be kind of like guy on the internet in the corner of his bedroom sort of vibes. I hope you don't mind. It won't be weird or anything. This is not even my bedroom. I don't sleep. I knew the Tannhäuser Overture because we played it in college wind ensemble. I was a percussionist, so that mostly meant standing around, counting rests, making fun of each other, pushing each other, drawing, hiding things from the other percussionists, hiding their keys, throwing pennies across the room, making phone calls, and listening. Running into it again many years later, I was reminded about the curiosity I had regarding a certain little tricky string of chords that shows up after the choral theme. I'll sprinkle in a little bit of functional analysis, but mostly it's going to be like, these are the chords, I think it's cool, try it out, what do you think? Also, I don't love opera, I'm pretty basic, I kind of just know the famous overtures and stuff, and maybe you're not into it either. But you should definitely check this out because it's pretty sick. If you are, there are some great resources and analyses I can link below that'll go into more of the story and the musical themes and how it all ties together. You won't learn any of that here. And you should make sure to listen to the orchestral version if you haven't heard it. If the only rendition of the Tannhäuser Overture you know is me playing it on this keyboard here today, that is a very sad existence and should be corrected immediately. So here's the sequence. It's a type of harmonic sequence, a pattern of chords that gets transposed exactly, not diatonically, so we're changing key each time around. The first time through the sequence begins in E minor, and we have the string of chords B7 on the pickup, E minor, B minor over D, F sharp over C sharp, and D. So we could try to analyze that in E minor. It would be the 5-7, 1, minor 5, major 2, and flat 7. Not a very common or functional group of chords, but with the voice leading and inversions, it's fluid even while deceptive. Those last three chords have the common tone of F sharp in the center, and the other voices are moving chromatically up or down. And I believe these last two chords, F sharp to D, could be described as a chromatic mediant, though people's definitions sometimes vary. It's the bold sound of a major chord moving down a major third. Now it's time to recontextualize this D major chord at the end of the string. The fact that it's just a standard root position triad lends it a lot of potential. Nothing's given away yet. What if it's a 5 chord to somewhere else? And that's exactly what it is. D7 is the 5 of G minor, making it a type of pivot chord, with its toes in both keys at once, as the flat 7 of E minor, and as the 5 of G minor. And the pattern goes again, now in G minor, with 5-7 on the pickup, 1, minor 5, major 2, and flat 7. So those chords are D7 on the pickup, G minor, D minor over F, A over E, and F. Want to go again? Okay, so this F is now the 5, taking us to B flat minor. So the sequence moves up a minor third each time, from E minor to G minor to B flat minor. Now on this third key change to B flat minor, there's a break in the sequence 3 chords in, taking its time to set up a solid tonal return to E minor. I won't go into analysis here, but I'm going to flip back to the sheet music, where you can follow along and check out the chords if you want. Let's listen to that section with just the melody to better observe the unique chromatic shape that just keeps rolling into itself. And now with the harmonies added. From there, the 8-bar progression repeats again in a wider voicing and fuller instrumentation. This repeat has an alternate ending, which sets up the return to the E major choral section, which started the piece. And just for funsies, let's complete the sequence as to make it loop back on itself. Since the pattern's moving up in minor thirds, we'll just end up playing the same thing an octave higher after 3 moves. Let me know in the comments if this induces anxiety. I just find this modulation very clever, and it's a great example of how you can recontextualize simple triads to pivot to other keys gracefully. What I like about Wagner's music in general is that it teeters on the edge of functional harmony, a direct link to the explicitly atonal movements that followed. It's a transitional era. You can almost hear the tonality crumbling, falling apart in much of his work. Yet it's still grounded and filled with familiar sonorities, giving a satisfying kind of push and pull. Thanks for watching. I hope that was interesting and hope you have a fantastic day.